treasure home. Um, Part 2 of Alpha-Gal, what it has done to me, the effects, and all the other good stuff. So if you haven't subscribed, like, ring that bell for notification so you can continue watching on this series. So, I ended with getting the gloves. Alright, so with doing more research and everything else, and other friends, Patty Rose at Patty Rose Life Happens, we were talking back and forth, and she was telling me about she used a lotion. This right here. Shit, oh my goodness, that was another godsend, because we would, everybody's talking back and forth, and we were throwing ideas and everything else. I call it Crave. I don't even know how to pronounce that. So, but this lotion, I tried everything else. I tried all the lotions and everything. She goes, look into it, research it and everything. And what got me, it has the 3 essential summer size and hyaluronic acid, which your skin needs and gets from nutrients and all kinds of other stuff, which my body wasn't getting. And I can tell you, I could put this lotion on, and that would be the only way I could bend my hands, is have that lotion on. And not just a thin, I would coat it on and everything, so I could just bend my hands. I would coat it on, and the gloves came on. Get ready to fight. And then I put the gloves on, especially at night, because when you go to sleep and you just, unless it wakes you up, but I'm telling you, and the back pain, the hip pain, everything else makes you up, because you can't move. But this helped so much, especially at night, to sleep. So, yes, my phone is going off. So, my son and daughter-in-law had these gloves so they could go to work. They gave me the box of gloves so I could sit there. I could put those on. I could cook and do other little things. Of course, lotion, glove, lotion, glove. And it's like around May of last year, it started to clear up a little bit. And I was like, okay, well, so maybe it was the canned food, the nickel from the canned food that was causing all of it. And no, that, sorry, lunch, that didn't, it didn't. And then August of last year, right when school starts, it's just started, and it was bad. And I was like, my daughter-in-law, she goes, you might as well just eat whatever you want to, because it doesn't seem like nothing's clearing it up. And she was right, but also she was wrong. And also that hurt, because it's like, it was just frustrating, because I went to bed that night. I know I cried myself to sleep many a times, because I was just like, it just hurts. So I was like, Lord, it just hurts. So you just show me. I don't know what's going on. So a lot of prayer, a lot of worship, love. Everybody goes, why are you playing those songs, Mom? I said, because I am going to win over this. Nebuchadnezzar. Get my people right. Send out the praise and worshipers before the battle. So I was like, alright, that's exactly what I'm doing, because this is a battle over my health. So August of last year, it got really worse. And then December of last year, I decided it's time to get this weight off. And so January, I started doing moderate exercises, just like the doctor said, and everything. And I was doing, you just doing these been standing up in bed. I wasn't doing anything heavy, no heavy lifting, because I still cannot, to this day, cannot lift anything over the weight of a gallon of milk. And you can forget it, because it's not going to happen. Yes, I'm fixing my necklaces. Make a wish. So, I was like, kept feeling like, when you do this, in my hip, something was wrong. It's like maybe it was because I haven't moved that much in years. No. I was down from January to April, May. I was in the bed. Homeschooled my granddaughter, and the kids worked. They cooked supper. They did everything else for 4 months because I couldn't even hardly get up and go to the bathroom because of my hip. And yes, it's still not back to normal yet, but it's better. So that's the main thing. And that was January this year to April. I got a post on my Instagram when I went to the hospital, and my hands were that way then. He never asked me what was wrong with my hands. Went to the hospital about my back and my hip. Then they saw my hands and never asked once, what's wrong with your hands? Could it had all been connected? Don't know, because they never asked. The hospital, it's different. We have Ohio Health, and then we have Mount Carmel, and nothing's connected, that's fine with me. Some of it, they all need to be separate, but they wanted to send me to an orthopedic and a surgeon, and then I finally got to go to my doctor, and he goes, you're not having surgery, it's just arthritis in your hip, but you have an infringed pinched nerve, and it's going to take you a while to get back to your normal. I said, thank you. So, yes, it's taken me a while to get back to my normal. So, I was on Stringfield Ridge Farm, Teresa and Lee. I was on Teresa's live the end of October for her lunch, and we were talking about what we eat and everything. She asked me to losing my weight is part because of the way I'm eating, or what am I doing? I said it's both. So, it is because I've eliminated red meat, and a bunch of other things. That's part of the weight loss. I am trying to get walking in. Last few days, if I get it, depends on how my hip is, and I can just get up and go to step, and it just gives right on out. I grab onto something, and I know this has nothing to do with Alpha-Gal, because it's like, to me, it is kind of all linked together. Because now my hip, I've still got to get up and stand and cook. Gotta cook something, gotta eat something. Do we eat processed food, not processed food? How does all that work together? So, I told you that was the end of October. So, I guess August of this year. August, we'll say somewhere between July and the beginning of September. And I fixed dinner, and we had hamburgers one night. Then we had a roast. Excuse me. And I was like, we had chicken and stuff and everything, and my hands started clearing up. So then we had hamburgers. And then the next day it was like, you're kidding me. And then I fixed the rice the next day, and then 2 days later it was like, oh my gosh. And like I was telling Teresa, she goes, yeah, the Lord told you. And I was like, yeah. He was like, there's your answer. Nancy, wake up. There's your answer. And I was like, boom, he just told me, your answer is the red meat. And that was about the time we were all talking about it, and I emailed Amy, and she goes, yeah. She goes, it is a thing. Her husband has it. It comes from a tick bite. And I was like, great. So what I did, eliminated all red meat. Bacon, pig, pork. The only thing we ate from pork was bacon. So, eliminated, all the nice, good stuff. So then I went ahead, I just like, well, let me eat clean for a month. Let's see what happens. So, I kind of like, I did have eggs, and then for a while, I just, no dairy, which we don't have regular dairy, but we do use eggs. I just didn't use eggs for about a month. And, did a lot of kind of like just eating vegan because I didn't want to eat any meat just yet, because I wanted to see what was firing everything up. And within that month, oh my goodness, my hands start clearing up. I was like, okay, so let's be a guinea pig again. So here I go again, just asking for it as much as possible, but to confirm what we were talking about and what we thought it was. I think it was roast that I had, or something other. Anyway, I went ahead one night, had red meat with everybody, whatever we had, and that night, now you gotta take it. I've had it for 4 years, so my body now knows how to. Hey, this is something going on. I'm gonna flare your hands up. Whatever, let you know. Don't eat that no more. So, yeah, we ate supper. Well, we usually between 5 and 6 o'clock. By 8 o'clock that night, within a couple hours, my hands, they had those blisters. It was itching. I was like, oh my gosh, we know what it is. I was like, thank you, Lord. We finally have an answer, and now I know the direction I need to go. So after that, they can have, I told them, you can have all the red meat you want. Hamburgers, chili, steaks, you name it, you can have it. Because I'm not putting my body through that. My health is too important. And at the same time, I was, listening to Joseph Prince, Joyce Meyer, Elevation Church, Stephen Furtick, and, I was like, yes, I'm happy with my life, but I felt like I wasn't satisfied. And I was just like, I know there's more. Lord, there has to be more. And I was just listening to a sermon, and he was talking about going back to your first love. And I was like, my first love was always wanting to be a farmer. Like 6 or 7 years old. And my dad goes, you don't want to do that. That's hard to work. And I was like, yeah, but it looks like fun hard work. So my first love was always wanting to be a firefighter, police officer, EMT, do something in that field. Always watching detective shows and everything. And of course, every time something happened in the neighborhood, who did everybody come to? Me. And I was like, Nancy, what's going on here? What's this? Can we do this? What's going on? So I just knew that was my calling, and I just happened to look up, and my degree was sitting right there above me, and the Lord is like, you got this for a reason. Do you know what it is? And because I don't want to start crying. And I was like, yeah, but I'm disabled. He got to stop using that as an excuse. You've got other things you can do. You can teach. And I was like, okay. All right. So, yes. I'll put that plug in at the very end of the series. But I was like, the Lord just opened my eyes and was like, this is not what are you doing you're not supposed to be doing? And I was like, I'm not supposed to be like gardening, but not as a full-time thing. That was not me. I've never had a green thumb. I still don't. Some things grow, some things don't grow, but that's not who I am. And I was like, when I realized that weight just lifted off my shoulders. So I was like, all right, Lord. And my son kept saying it was stress. He goes, it's all in your head. I'm like, well, if it is. If it ain't, I'm going to find out what's going on. So we started this journey with, now I have know what I'm supposed to be doing, and now I know what I'm supposed to be eating and what I'm not supposed to be eating. That was still a long journey, but it's worth going to understand what you're going through. So I'm in part 2 here, and look forward to part 3. Again, if you haven't subscribed, like, share, ring that bell for notifications, and I'll see you on the next video.